Hi, I'm Unique Model, aka Shantae Renee P for Positivity, and this is a channel for love and healing. Excuse me. And I want you to know, love begins with you, and it absolutely does. Be the love you want to see manifesting in your life, and it will come. So, this is a message about foundations. Having firm, solid foundations when you're trying to build businesses, which is not my thing, but relationships is more so my thing. You have to have firm foundations. If not, that shit will fall apart. It's happened to me several times, and I actually had a dream about it last year, but didn't excuse me, didn't realize the significance of the dream until like a couple weeks ago. So, as you all know, my father and I have had a falling out. I forgave him, but I love him from a distance. So, in the dream last year, and this was actually before I moved in with him, on one side of the house, it was starting to crumble, and it was like sinking into the ground, and both of us were there trying to put soil in the foundation, at the house where it met the ground and where it was sinking. So we kept just trying to put soil, sand, whatever it was, and it just kept crumbling. Didn't know that was actually, they were showing me what was going to happen. So at that point, our relationship is not going to be fixed. It won't be fixed. And I was forewarned, but I didn't understand it at the time. No matter how hard we tried our different ways, and because we aren't on the same wavelength, it didn't matter. We weren't going in the same direction. His thoughts, when I told him I wanted to do like a business with my crafts, and I was publishing my book, and he said, well, that's not a real job, that's not anything sustainable. Basically, he's like, you need to go back into nursing, because of course he worked a job that he retired from, and I understand that, but that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. And so it didn't matter. We weren't on the same page, wavelength. It didn't matter, because his mindset is different from mine, and that's okay. I have to love him from a distance, and where his mindset is, that has nothing to do with me, and that's not going to stop my progress. So that foundation was faulty, from the very beginning, obviously. Another example, I think I've told all my kids this. I hope I did. If not, they're just going to see it in the video. When I got married, I had one child. She was 2, and I was pregnant with my second one. So I got married really fast, and I can honestly tell you, the day I got married, I knew I shouldn't have got married. Something in my spirit was just like, you shouldn't be getting married. But me thinking of stability, financial stability, I did it anyway. Look where I am, how many years later? 23, not gonna make it to 24. But yeah, 23 years later, getting divorced. I would say it hasn't been like a difficult divorce per se, as far as like being in each other's space, having to see each other, because I haven't had that. We haven't lived together since 2017, so that wasn't an issue. It was just more so the financial stuff, and not being able to communicate properly when it comes to our children when they've had issues. So the foundation, and actually we got married so fast, and my reasons for getting married was because I needed stability. I did feel that at the time that I loved him, but I didn't give myself enough time to like really get to know this person. It was already some red flags because at that time I was into Christianity, which now I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. And he wasn't into God like that. So that was a huge red flag for me. But I ignored it because I'm like, I got one child. I'm 20? And I'm about to have another one. Nobody's about to raise 2 kids by themselves. But look what happened. In the long run, it didn't work out. It wasn't supposed to. Learned a lot of lessons. But you have to have a firm foundation as far as like your beliefs and your thought processes, how you communicate with each other, how you raise your kids together, because even we had so many differences on things and it was like we were always separate. I was responsible for way more than probably what I should have been responsible for, but that's actually my nature. I had a takeover spirit back then, which don't nobody want to be doing all that now. So, and I was a control freak, so no longer a control freak to a certain extent. So it was okay at certain points, but then sometimes it was overwhelming. But it was because we didn't have a firm foundation of what was truly expected out of each of us in the relationship. And that is so important. You gotta talk about those things, because those things will come up and they're either gonna make or break a relationship. And I see that in rebuilding relationships with people, not so much that I've fallen out with, but it was God has separated me from a lot of people, and it was because I had to get myself together. I just had to. And one thing I know, Lord knows I love my kids, and when they weren't talking to me, that was a lot. And I was like, all right, bitch, you gotta get yourself together, because we're not doing this. So they were very instrumental in me seeing the error of my ways and trying to fix myself and heal myself more. And I'm truly grateful, because I mean, I do stuff not as bad as I used to, but I did something and it caused my kids to fall out with me, and it was hard not having all 3 of them talk to me at one time. So now everyone's talking to me, the girls more so, but I have an open dialogue with everybody, and I am starting a firm foundation with them this time. So I can speak from experience, and I see it working. And then people that I could not gel with last year, I see, some of them, if they're meant to be back in my life, they're going to come back in my life, and it's happening. So I am happy about it. And then new people are coming in, and some people are leaving, and guess what? I'm happy about it. So who's supposed to be in my life, they're going to be there. And if they're not, we can't have an equal exchange or something like that, then bye-bye. Yeah, nobody has time for that. So foundations, build firm foundations. And you'll be able to feel it energetically. If something feels off, something ain't right with this situation. If you can't get to the bottom of it, walk away. That is your best bet, to walk away. So that's what I have for you today. Happiness is homemade. Feed yourself some good shit. I don't have the thing because it's in the house, and I'm too lazy to go in there and get it. So yeah, I don't have it today. So Sending you love and healing. I appreciate you. Make sure you appreciate yourself. Have a good day. Bye.